Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes presiding. During the Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
All right, officer, you see somebody on there with a do-rag, please address them. Tell them, take that do-rag off.
Good morning, to the gentleman or lady, I can't tell, with the red shirt on, I need you to remove your do-rag.
All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, we having some feedback. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to place everyone on mute until I am ready for your hearing. Please do not unmute yourself. I will ask you to unmute when I'm ready for your hearing. So thank you so much. With that, we have something going on. I don't know if you all can hear it. I don't like that sound. Hold on. Can y'all call? Yeah. Go out that door and tell them. Yeah, something's going on in here. Can you hear that in there, Mr.? Oh, yeah. Okay, I need you to tell somebody something, because I'm not trying to guess. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not trying to guess, because let me get my stuff together just in case we vacate the building. Ask them if they know what it is. If they coming to see, I don't know. If they know what it is, I'm good. If not, we gonna vacate because we're not doing. I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm already a hero in my book. Y'all all heroes to me. I don't know. All right, we're not sure what's going on. Y'all described him in the ceiling. No.
Okay.
Is it something with this microphone?
That's the speaker.
It shouldn't be doing. Where is the cover that goes on this? There's usually a cover.
And is the fan?
Oh, that's the speakers?
My fan is on, yes, and it has to be on.
I wonder if that got anything to do with it.
All right, I'm sorry, you all. We are having some technical difficulties. I need you to contact IT. Someone took this cover off, so I'm sure this microphone is very sensitive, and it's probably just picking up everything.
Yeah, it is. It's one of these microphones.
It is.
Is this one on? This one is off.
Thank you. It's still, okay.
Yeah, so we gotta call IT and let them know.
Call and let them know. It's an IT issue. All right, I just wanted to make sure it was not a security issue.
Mhm.
I'm good. Officer, who do we have up first this morning? Thank you for your patience.
Good morning, Judge.
Carruthers.
Okay.
Good morning. Let me have the attorneys place your appearance on the record, then followed by the case managers. Thank you for your patience this morning.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Your motion is granted, and good morning to you. All right, let's start with the staff. Mr. Yancey.
Yes, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey, case manager on behalf of Sobriety Court.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of Probation Department.
Good morning again, Mr. Griffin. All right, Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for Sobriety Court.
Good morning, Miss Cleveland, and then Miss Robs.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robbs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right. Good morning, Miss Robs. Okay, who do we have up first? Or is there anyone that needs to go to a breakout room?
Is there a new
I see that the
contract?
jail is. I see that the jail is on. Good morning. Is that Deputy Pravanchi? Uh-oh. Did I mute you all? I think I did. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Sergeant Coho at the jail. We have TNT.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Judge.
All right. Does someone need to go in the breakout room with Miss Chilcutt? And Miss Drew, can you call for the prosecutor? Because we're having a termination hearing this morning for Miss Chilcutt.
Judge,
All
I'll
right.
go in the breakout room with her for conversation. Thank you.
All right, very good. And then I'll continue with those that are not having issues. So I am going to create a breakout room right now for the two of you. Please accept breakout room, the invitation to breakout room number 1. All right. I'm ready to proceed. Who's up first?
Fernando.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Fernando Carruthers.
Mr. Carruthers, good morning to you. Please unmute yourself at this time.
Morning, Judge. How you doing? Happy New Year.
Same to you. We can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good morning. I'm sorry to hear about your loss.
What loss?
Over the Christmas break.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right. I might. Okay. Wait a minute. I don't want to lose nothing and I don't know it's lost.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Thank you, Mr. Carruthers. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. All right. How have you been?
Oh, I've been wonderful. Actually, it's what, 8 more days to be a year sober. So I'm looking forward to my 1-year coin.
Look at you. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. And over the holidays, how difficult was that for you?
Well, it wasn't pretty. Well, it was pretty smooth. I cooked. My fiance came over, and we enjoyed Christmas and exchanged gifts and things. And I got my mother's coffee maker, and she wanted some house shoes. I got her some house shoes, and I put $50 in the house shoes, so she was excited about that.
How nice. All right. It seems like I haven't seen you in a while. Let me place your case number on the record. It is Z8060471 for Fernando Carruthers. And Mr. Carruthers, you do agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. Wonderful. And so, Mr. Carruthers, tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Well, I learned patience. I've been learning how to be patient. I can't control things that's not in my control. Just going by the AA motto, thank you, God, for giving us the strength to make it through the day. And to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
To know the difference, yes, sir. And boy, when we can get that done, we're doing something, right?
Yes,
All right, very good.
I was
Go ahead.
I pulled out a new tattoo.
I know, and it looks very nice on you. And I don't see Mr. Fikens on this morning, Attorney Fikens, but I will let him know that you pulled out your new tie today and he wasn't even here to see it. I'll let him know, Mr. Carruthers. All right. So, Mr. Carruthers, what do you need our help with?
Well, pretty much nothing. I'm getting close to the end, I think. I thank you once again, you and Ms. Cleveland, for all you guys' support and, just changing my life around. I'm so excited about tomorrow and the direction that my life is going in. So I'm just when I get off of this, I just want to get my license and be a productive citizen and just keep going forward in the right direction.
All right, very good, very good. Well, Ms. Cleveland reported that you are doing an excellent job, that you're on track, and you're working the program. No issues over the holidays with testing. I'm so glad to hear that. And so, Ms. Cleveland, is there anything additional that you'd like me to know about Mr. Carruthers?
No, Your Honor, he's well on track to recommendation for the next phase, and so we're gonna look into that over the next 2 weeks.
All right, very good. And so with that, Miss Cleveland, Mr. Carruthers would be coming back to see me. Would it be February 2nd?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Carruthers, February 2nd, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
Your Honor, I just want to ask, that should be a face-to-face, but if that's a face-to-face, then he is within range of the being promoted to the phase 3. I don't know if that's something I can recommend for today because he wouldn't see you at that point until.
No, I'll schedule it for court. Schedule it for court.
Thank you so much.
All right, very good, very good. All right, Mr. Carruthers, continue to do well. Good to see you.
Thank you. You
All
too.
All right, take care. All right, good morning, Ms. Schneider. The prosecuting attorney has joined us. Mr. Reed, are you ready to go forward with the termination hearing for Ms. Chilcott?
Yes, Judge.
All right, let Ms. Schneider have some conversation so I can get some of the other cases done, and then we'll be ready for Ms. Chilcott. All right, officer, who's up next?
Next, Your Honor, is John Sheehan.
Mr. Sheehan, good morning to you. Unmute yourself for me. I have the following cases for John Sheehan, U40144117, case number 1905681-501. Mr. Sheehan, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
All right, how are you?
I'm doing good. I heard you seen the picture.
I did, and it was such a joy to see that picture. Yes, sir. And you're still smiling.
Yes. It's things are going good. I'm actually waiting to hear back on getting my own place. I've been approved for the first step. They just got to kind of finalize some things. I'll be actually moving over to Warren hopefully here within the next month to have my own place again. I'm working more hours at work, learning new things at work. Everything's going great. It's just I'm actually kind of chomping at the bit because I actually found a job in Ohio possibly that when I come off papers, be able to go down there and actually start out making more money doing exactly what I'm doing here now underground.
Okay. And are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for a fresh start.
Okay.
Or
right.
I should say ready to add to my already fresh start.
Yes, because I was going to say you've had a fresh start and you're doing a wonderful job at it as well. You really are.
You.
How was your holiday? Tell me a little bit about that.
No, nothing major. Me and the guys here in the house just kind of hung out, and my work is awesome. For Thanksgiving, I got a huge turkey. Christmas got a real nice Dearborn ham. So, I basically supplied it, and one of the other guys in the house cooked it. So we all ate pretty well. And just kind of hung out here around the house.
All right. Sounds good to me. Sounds really good to me. All right. And so, Mr. Sheehan, tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
you know, as much as and this is kind of hard for me, but as much as I want to try to help others and save others, I got to keep myself first and foremost.
Okay, very good. You can't save others if you're drowning, right?
Right. I have been able to help some people get on the path to rehabs as they've followed my progress through Facebook. But there's some particular one person that I fight and fight to try to help get there, and she's just not ready, unfortunately. But I know I got to worry about myself first and foremost. But it does. I really enjoy people reaching out to me when as they've followed my progress on Facebook, asking me how I did it, especially people I used to be in the streets with.
Wow.
You know, I've had a couple of people who I used to hang out in the trap houses with, used to get high with, actually come to me and be like, "Damn, you know, oh, excuse my language," be like, "Wow, you've done it. How did you do it? And you know, what do you got? How can I?" And I basically, just kind of point them in the right direction, and it's awesome to see them. One other thing I did learn is, you happen to be very popular over at Jams at McNichols and Schaefer.
Me? I've never been to Jams at McNichols and Schaefer. I've never tested there.
No, but quite a few of your clients have, and it's funny because the guy I mentioned your name, and the guy there was like, "Wow, you know, we hear she's hard and everything." I said, "Actually, I said as long as you ain't on no BS and you go in there and you do the program and you're honest with her, I said she's a very cool and very nice judge, and that." And
I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool, Mr. Sheehan. I'm cool. Yes, I am. And can you tell them at Jams that I know about Ready Clean and I'm a bust they asses about Ready Clean? Can you tell them the cool judge said that? You can use those exact words.
I will.
Let them know, okay? Tell them I'm on to it. And I have something for them. Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I didn't know this, but, you know, Macomb County quit using them because they had so many troubles.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to work through some things, but we have expanded our third-party testing vendors. And that was one of the reasons we did it. So we're trying to work with them, give them an opportunity to, you know, get back on track and all of those good things. So we're not there yet. So keep going, because you're doing a fabulous job, Mr. Sheehan. I'm so proud of you and your progress. I really am. You don't even look like the John Sheehan that walked through these doors. It's been a minute now. You don't even look like him, not at all. And you should be so proud of yourself.
I got a shaved head, a shaved face, and I'm about 130 pounds heavier too.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We get you ready. Yes, we do.
I got fat. I'm getting fat again.
But you're fat and sober, and we love it. Yes, we do. We love it. Yes, we do. All right, Mr. Griffin, what else you want to tell me about Mr. Sheehan, if anything?
No, Mr. Sheehan is not fine, Your Honor. I talked to him. He has, $300 left to pay in court costs and the ARMS program. Those are the last two things he got to do. He has a 24-month contract. The contract is due to be up in June of this year.
All right, but we are almost there. We're almost there. So let's get that ARMS done and your balance paid so we don't have any hiccups in the end, okay?
No problem.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, when do you have Mr. Sheehan coming back?
Your Honor, I have him coming back February the 2nd.
Face-to-face, all right. So we'll schedule it for 8:30 a.m. face-to-face with Mr. Griffin. You all can work out the logistics. Good to see you, Mr. Sheehan. I know we're off to a great start for 2021, and I'll see you in a few weeks, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. All right, Ms. Schneider, do you mind if I get one more under my belt and then I'll do that hearing? Thank you, Sergeant Coho, for working with us. Who's up next, officer?
Next round would be Bryce Williams.
Mr. Williams, if you could unmute yourself, please. He's smiling now. He's like, Dad, the judge. gonna do a poll hearing. I am.
Good morning.
Mr. Williams. Good morning. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
All right, I need someone to read Mr. Williams' case into the record for me.
Okay, Your Honor, this is case 191-26545, Bryce Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, state your full name for the record.
Bryce Williams.
And do you agree to have your hearing today in our
Yes, sir.
virtual courtroom?
Yes, I do.
All right, wonderful. How are you doing, Mr. Williams? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Tell me what that means to you that you're doing good. You made it through 2020?
Yes, I did. It was
Yes.
a trying year for everyone. But for me,
Absolutely.
it went well. I mean, it didn't go too bad. I didn't have any really no hiccups. I did end up getting the COVID, but I
You
worked my way
did?
through it. Yeah, I didn't really have any symptoms though, but I was around someone who ended up having it, so I had to get tested, and I did end up having it, but I didn't get really hit too hard, so I was okay.
All right, are you doing some things differently now?
Yeah, you kind of gotta tighten up once something like that happens. So yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Williams, I'm glad you're still with us and that it worked out well for you. And just that this is my public service announcement. We are not in the clear with COVID. We are still in a pandemic. And while you had a great story, Mr. Williams, there are so many who did not, right?
Right.
And so I'm glad you're here. And I'm also glad to hear that you're doing some things differently. How did you bring in the new year?
Just with family, my kids, and we just kicked it. We watched TV. We had some sparkling grape juice, and it was fun.
Good for you. Very good. That's a good way to bring in the new year. Sparkling grape juice. Yes, sir. All right. Very good. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you, Mr. Williams.
I continue to say the same thing every time I come, is that I need to always hold myself accountable, and realize that I'm doing this program now because of decisions that I made, and it's a decision to every day to do the right thing. So that's basically how I've been living. So I've been getting through everything that we went through last year. Is just taking things a day at a time and making sure that I hold myself accountable every day.
That's right. Very good. No issues with testing over the holidays as reported by Mr. Griffin and our staffing. You've done everything that you're supposed to be doing. Very proud of you, Mr. Williams. At this time, I'll hear from Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin, anything additional on Mr. Williams?
Just he has a 24-month contract. He's in phase 2. He'll be with us until November of 2021.
Okay.
I did sign him up for the first part of the honor program, the substance abuse. So he did get the email. We confirmed that. And he's a transfer case, so he need to start making payments. I'm gonna get some payments together and mail it for him. So when he come out here, he can just have the payment steps and present those to make payment. But other than that, Your Honor, he's doing well. I'm gonna get him signed up for the community service also with Ms. Green. So those are things I'm working on: the honor program, the 40 hours of community service, and getting those costs paid.
All right. Sounds wonderful to me. Did you hear all that, Mr. Williams?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right. You are doing great. With that, Mr. Griffin, when do you have Mr. Williams returning?
Your Honor, that is February 2nd also, and then also before face-to-face. And we could put 8:30, we'll work out the arrangement.
All right. Very good. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
All right. Very good. Then you are all set. Good to see you. I hope you're off to a great start of what's going to be a great year, right?
It should be. It should definitely be.
It should be. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We all deserve it.
That we all deserve it. You got that right, Mr. Williams. All right. Take care. So good to see you. All right. Very good. All right. I am ready on the chill cut matter from the jail. Yes, we can. We can adjourn. So for Elizabeth Allen, just very quickly, is she on here? On here? She was on my earlier one. So for case Z805-6051 and case 09-500-8351 for Elizabeth Allen. There's a request. She had unexpected death in her family. And it's been verified. We're moving her to January 15th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Thank you, Ms. DNC. All right, very good. I'm ready are we ready on the termination hearing, or do you all need a minute? Are you all ready? All right, wonderful. Let's call Ms. Chilcutt's matter. I'm going to call the case numbers, and then I'm going to have the parties place their appearance on the record because it is a termination hearing. And so you're gonna see me step away. I'm just getting some hot water. I have the following cases: 190444691 and case number 1904531-301 for Tatiana Chilcutt. Ms. Chilcutt, please state your name for the record.
Tatiana Chilcutt.
Good morning, Ms. Chilcutt.
Good morning.
You are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Let's start with the appearances. For the people, I can still hear you all. I'm just stepping down for 2 seconds.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexis Schneider for the people, P80322.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Your appearance, could you state it again for the record?
For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Reed, you've had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Chilcutt. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge. Yes.
All right. And you spoke with her confidentially in the breakout room. Is that correct?
I did, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Very good. Who wants to? I'm going to have the case manager place their appearance on the record. I want the case manager to present first, Mr. Reed, and then I'll start with the defense. Okay?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. You'll have to speak much louder, Ms. Rods. I don't know if you need to get closer to that mic. Did we secure the area though? Because Mr. Griffin was working there. All right. I just want to make sure we're being safe while I fuss at everybody else. All right. Here we go.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ms. Rods, your treatment court case manager.
Good morning, Ms. Rods. All right. Let's hear about Ms. Chilcutt.
Your Honor, Ms. Chilcutt has been in the program since April 2010.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Ms. Rods, and I'm sure it's my hearing issue, but I do need to be able to hear you.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Did they turn the volume down over there? I think he might have turned it down because we were getting that feedback from my speaker. All right, test, Ms. Robs.
Testing.
Is that better? You can turn it up some more. Okay, because I thought you should be a part of this one. Okay, very good.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Chilcutt has been in a drug treatment court since, she signed her drug treatment court contract since April 16, 2019.
Can you all hear Ms. Robs? You can? Okay. It must just be my hearing. I'm gonna turn my fan off.
It might be too the plastic, Your Honor. I'm sure it's.
Yeah, I just can't hear her. Let me.
I'm with you, Judge.
Okay, yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you, Ms. Robs. I am.
Sorry, Your Honor. Can you hear me now?
I can, and I'm gonna start sweating and probably fire gonna come from my ears, but y'all just carry on without me. Go ahead.
I apologize, Your Honor. We're here today, Your Honor, for termination hearing for Ms. Chilcutt. Ms. Chilcutt signed her drug treatment court contract April 16, 2019. Her charge was OWVI second. Ms. Chilcutt, Your Honor, I received a report that Ms. Chilcutt had been incarcerated due to an altercation, and Ms. Chilcutt is at this time, Your Honor, continuously non-compliant with the drug treatment court contract requirements. She has violated, Your Honor, a indirect and direct contact order that you put in place, Your Honor. She has had a history of consistent positive ETG screenings at ATS. And Your Honor, we have tried multiple things to assist Ms. Chilcutt, including increasing her supervision, my contact with her, Your Honor, including increasing her testing. She's been on tether, spring tether before. It just appears, Your Honor, at this time, Ms. Chilcutt is not putting her sobriety and her treatment at the forefront of her recovery. And this is becoming problematic, Your Honor. We've tried with staff and tried to come up with solutions for Ms. Chilcutt. It just appears Ms. Chilcutt, again, is just not taking her recovery serious at this time, Your Honor. And so on today, I would like to make the recommendation for termination, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Chilcutt has had some other issues as well. It's not just with respect to this recent incarceration. Ms. Ross, just so we have a complete record, in case there's a challenge to the recommendation for termination, can you please just briefly summarize those incidents?
Yes, Your Honor. August of 2020, Ms. Chilcutt also incurred another charge of assault with a dangerous weapon, a felonious assault, while in drug treatment court. In addition to that, Ms. Chilcutt has had a couple more incidents where she's had police contact and with involvement of physical altercations. And it just is, at this time, Your Honor, just becoming again problematic. She has came and lied on oath, under oath to you, Your Honor. She's lied to the court. She's absconded 2 times, Your Honor. And so she was also, again, Your Honor, as now, she's been incarcerated, and she's had fights while being on probation, and again, we have placed her on tether. She's been through outpatient, completed that successfully, Your Honor, but continued maintaining using substances, and she's just not doing well at this time, Your Honor.
All right, and so Ms. Robs, you're making your recommendation for termination, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and that recommendation, Ms. Chilcutt's contract, you said, started April 16, 2019, which means that contract is going to expire, or we would lose jurisdiction April 16, 2021. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she has not come close to completing the terms and conditions of this program. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so she has also put us in a position where we don't have much time to even get her on track to correct the behavior. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because even if we were to keep Ms. Chilcutt in the program, she would have January to February, February to March, March to April is really almost less than 3 months to comply with the terms and conditions of her drug treatment contract, or she would not complete the program satisfactorily. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, and her behavior has consistently shown that even when she does comply for a few months or maybe 2 months here or there, that we end up back in this cycle where she's back in jail, she's back drinking, or she's back using a substance, and we end up in this vicious cycle that we've been in repeatedly for the last now almost 2 years. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And that's the basis on which you make your recommendation for termination. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, thank you. I'll start with you, Mr. Reed, and then I'll hear from the prosecuting attorney. Mr. Reed?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. I want to thank the court, first of all, for allowing me to go into the breakout room with my client. I also want to thank the court for allowing staffing on this case yesterday. And during that staffing, the drug court team put their positions out. And so I'm aware of what the positions are of the drug court team. Judge, I am objecting to termination, a couple of reasons. I'm going to be brief. My client still has the need for drug treatment court help. She still has the need for drug treatment court counseling. Recently, as Ms. Ross put forth, my client had consumed some alcohol, and the need is there for drug treatment court help. Also, my client wants drug treatment court help. She wants to continue in the program. She wants to follow the rules of the drug treatment court program, and she is willing to do that. I would stipulate, Your Honor, that my client, Ms. Chilcutt, has not been the ideal participant in drug treatment court. She has had some problems, but that's what drug treatment court is for, to help people who have problems. Ideally, we would have people come through, no testing problems, no counseling problems, but that's not the case. And Ms. Chilcutt is one of those individuals. Judge, the court has indicated that my client has a very short time in the program, and I would stipulate to that also. She does have a very short time, but she is willing to work with us. She wants to work with us, and I would recommend that she be continued in the program and that we work with her over this short period of time. During our, I think it was discussed by one of the team members, well, she can't graduate. We
No,
feel
she
good
can
graduating her. And she can't graduate, but we've had clients who have not graduated from the program for either health reasons, heart conditions, cancer, or something like that. And we've worked with them, we've closed out their cases, but they haven't graduated from the program. Graduation is important. That certificate is important, but changing behavior to me is more important. And I think that we do have some time to work with Ms. Chilcutt to change her behavior. Judge, I would acknowledge that we have done a lot for Ms. Chilcutt. We've given her a lot of opportunities, but that's what the program is about, giving people second chances. I think that we can give Ms. Chilcutt another chance to show that she can change her behavior, and I'm recommending against termination, and I'm recommending that she be allowed to continue in the program. Thank you, Judge.
And so, Mr. Reed, do you have a recommendation as to what that looks like if she's allowed to continue in the program?
Yes, Judge. I would recommend that she go back into treatment, if not inpatient treatment, but treatment. We intensify her counseling. We intensify her drops. Ms. Chilcutt has indicated that she wants to stay in the program. She wants to work with her case manager. And I understand that sometimes we get fed up with people, but I'm asking the court not to wash the hands with Ms. Chilcutt because she wants help. Some people would come in and say, well, terminate me, give me my time. Ms. Chilcutt is not saying that. Ms. Chilcutt is asking for help. And I would agree and acknowledge that we have bent over backwards for Ms. Chilcutt, but I still think we can continue and give her some help because she's asking for it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. I'll hear from the prosecuting attorney at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, I want to be very clear. My statements are about Ms. Chilcutt's choices and actions. They're not about her character or her as a person. I don't believe she's a bad person. I believe that she's a person who has made terrible choices. To reiterate, she has lied under oath. That is a crime. She violated a no contact order. That is a crime. She's had police contact. That is indicative of crimes, although I understand some of those are still pending. She is also adulterating her screens. We have allegations of that. She's missing screens. It's important to remember that she is someone who has a second drunk driving. That is incredibly, incredibly dangerous. She is someone that we know that we cannot trust to test correctly and effectively. What do we know that she's doing out there on the streets? We know that she's not behaving according to our orders. She is not following the restrictions of this court. What she is doing, I have no idea. And I can't take her word on what she is doing because she has proven herself to be untrustworthy through her prior, to remind you, lying under oath, through her prior actions, through her prior adulterating screens. I am not a psychic. I am not a mind reader. I cannot look into someone's heart and know what they're going to do. All I can do is look at their past actions. And her past actions have shown that she is a danger to herself and the public, and that we cannot trust her word here today. Because of that, I reiterate my request for termination. I think if she is allowed to stay in the program, she should be somewhere inpatient. She should have a tether. We should know where she is all the time. We should know what she is doing, and we should know what she is consuming. Because if she won't protect herself, if she won't protect the public, we have to. If she is terminated from the program, I ask that she serve for 90 days. I think that's appropriate. She has been given 15 chances. I know we're a second chance court, we're a third chance court, we're a fourth chance court. We're not a 25 chance court. At a certain point, we have to stop and hold people accountable for what they've done. I think that we're doing that. I think that Ms. Roth's recommendation is correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Before I hear from Ms. Chilcutt, Mr. Morgan, I see that you are in the courtroom as the Drug Treatment Court Coordinator. Is there anything you'd like to add? If so, please unmute yourself and do so at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning to yourself, your staff, and to the court participants. Judge, we did have an opportunity to staff this case yesterday, and Ms. Chilcutt has an opportunity to take advantage of our program in a positive way, but not in a negative way. It seems like she's on track and then she gets off track. And unfortunately, she has not taken her opportunity seriously to benefit from our program. Ms. Chilcutt and I have had some conversations early in her contract, and I just want to reassure her that, you got a lot to lose. We don't want you to realize what you have to lose when you're incarcerated. We want you to realize what you have to lose while you're free. And that's what you're missing, Ms. Chilcutt. Yesterday, I decided, I said, well, I don't know if Ms. Chilcutt gonna be able to complete our program successfully. I never want us to turn our back on the defendant. I think I might have a little change of heart today because I know it's some children involved. I know it's some mental health issues involved. The state that the world is in, it's a lot of things going in that I think we might have to take into consideration today. So even though termination papers were submitted for her to be terminated today and do 90 days in jail, I'm asking that we just give Ms. Chilcutt an opportunity to maybe get reassessed, and maybe we can try to get to the underlying issues with Ms. Chilcutt. I know this goes against my recommendation yesterday, but today is a different day. So we have heart for the people. We want Ms. Chilcutt to be successful. So I'm asking the court and Your Honor and the team to maybe reconsider, maybe looking at some alternative things for Ms. Chilcutt besides jail today. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Chilcutt, I want to hear from you.
I just really think the court and everybody for not giving up on me this whole time. Everybody in my life have given up and it feel like my kids. And just this last time in here, I'm tired. I really am. I'm really tired of doing the same stupid stuff. And I know it doesn't really make a difference, but it's coming from the heart. Now when I've been sitting in here this time, it's like you can't be mad at nobody but yourself because you've been doing the same stuff and y'all have given me plenty and plenty of times. But I just don't want to lose everything that I worked hard for. And I know I should have been thinking about that. But that's what I want a chance to think about this time if I'm allowed. Because that I waited 2 years to get that job and my house, I don't want to lose that. Because if I lose that, then when I do get out, I don't have anything to look forward to. And I just appreciate the court for taking everything into consideration.
Ms. Chilcutt, you said something really profound that it seems like everybody's giving up on you. That's a tough one because while we have not given up on you, you are the one that has given up on yourself. You have engaged in behavior over and over again. You've been deceptive. You come in court and you don't tell the truth with respect to your interactions with Ms. Robs. You are still drinking. We know, or there is a belief, and I strongly believe it. So I'm going to say I know that you're doing something to alter your test results. And I don't know how to help you because you're your worst enemy. You're the one that sabotaged yourself. You're the one you go out looking for mess. You look for altercations. You look for opportunities to fight. And as I told you the last time you were here, you're not a good fighter because you always end up getting popped in the mouth with a black eye, beat up, and you go to jail. I mean, at some point, you got to decide the things that you do well and the things you don't do well. And fighting is one you don't do well. And so I don't know how to help you because you are self-sabotaging. You are the one that work against us. We don't have to worry about the person that's selling you the alcohol or the cocaine or anything else. You're the issue. You are the one who fight against us, and we're all on Team Chilcutt, and everybody's in line ready to fight for Miss Chilcutt except Miss Chilcutt. You're the only person that's not on Team Chilcutt. And I don't understand it. I don't know how to help you. I had some real, thought about what do we do with Miss Chilcutt? Because at the end of the day, you're taking up space. And I wish, no, I can't do that in court. Because if you part your lips again to tell me something that's not true, I want to really just be able to slap fire from your mouth. Because I'm sick of trying to help you. And every time you open your mouth, you're not being honest. You're not being honest. And so while I can't physically slap fire from your mouth, there are other ways I can do it. There are other ways. And I'm just letting you know I will. I want to help you, but I don't know how. I heard the recommendations this morning about intensified counseling and drops, Mr. Reed, as well as a tether, inpatient treatment, 90 days in the Wayne County Jail. I've heard it all. And so I don't know if anybody has anything else that they want to say to the court, but Miss Chilcutt, I don't know how to help her. I'm just letting you all know that. And when I say I don't know how to help her, I'm also indicating that I know that jail is not going to help her. I can lock her up for 90 days, bring her out and lock her up. I probably could find another 90 days somewhere in here because I know we dismissed some tickets for her. And if she doesn't successfully complete drug treatment court, I can set all of that aside. But here's the sad part. Irrespective of how long I lock her up, she's going to come out and still have the same behaviors because we've not helped her or she has not taken advantage of the help that has been extended to her. So that means in all likelihood, she will drink again, she will drive again, and somebody will get hurt. It might be somebody that I love. It might be somebody that y'all love. Or she will get into a physical altercation and either she'll end up dead because she's not a good fighter, even though alcohol makes her think she can fight. She can't. You can't fight. And so you'll end up dead or you'll end up hurting somebody else. And so then as a team, we've got to deal with that kind of outcome. And that's one that I don't want to have to deal with. And so I'm inclined to help Miss Chilcutt, but here's the thing. She's going to have to do it my way. Mr. Reed, I need you to understand, Miss, and I know Miss Ross, you have done everything under the sun that you could do to help Miss Chilcutt, and she even came into this court and lied on you, which I knew it was a lie when she opened her mouth. She was lying, because as much time as you put into her, I knew she was lying. When she talking about she called you and you didn't call her back and she couldn't get in touch with you, so she didn't come to court, so then she didn't test. I mean, we've just done it all with you, Miss Chilcutt. And so, Mr. Reed, I just need to be real clear that I'm gonna try one more time because I'm not a quitter. I'm not, and I'm too old to become one. I'm over 50. I'm too old to become a quitter at this juncture in my life. And so I'm not gonna start at 50 plus.
You're not old, Judge. You're not old, Judge.
But I'm too old to start quitting. I will tell you that. But Mr. Reed, let me be clear. Miss Chilcutt is either going to do it my way, and the first time she steps left, I am going to lock her up on a sanction for 45 days. Then I'm gonna bring her out. I'm gonna do a termination hearing, and then I'm gonna lock her up for 90 days on her underlying charge. And then while she's sitting there those 90 days, I'm gonna have the prosecutor look at all of the cases that we've dismissed and all the things we've done to help Miss Chilcutt, and I'm gonna undo that, and I'll send her back to jail on one of those for 90 days. And Miss Chilcutt, you'll just be a resident at the Wayne County Jail until you make up your mind to help yourself. Mr. Reed, am I clear?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
So what I'm going to do, I'm not terminating her today. I am going to order intensive outpatient. I see you, Mr. Scott. Leave me alone. You would pop up on my screen this morning, and I thought about how I gave you a 25th chance, and look at you. You shining bright. You one of my favorites. And yeah, you reminded me how ironic that Mr. Scott would be with us this morning. And so I'm going to put her in some intensive outpatient treatment. I'm also placing her on a house arrest alcohol tether. It's alcohol, Mr. Morgan, alcohol, and I need that placed on her today. And it's going to be at her expense because she's working. She's working. Also, Mr. Morgan, I need her to get on a payment plan to pay her fines and costs for 36th District Court within the next 90 days. No excuses. She finds money to drink, to fight, and everything else. She needs to find money to pay her fines and costs. In addition, I do want her to get on that 1-800 number and get reassessed, Ms. Rods, so we can find out if we have missed anything. I need her to do that, definitely.
Judge, I have a recommendation if I could add.
Yes.
I would like Miss Chilcutt to journal every day on her daily activities. And I want her to turn that into me on a daily basis. She can email it to me. We're gonna have to hold Miss Chilcutt feet to the fire a little bit. She got a little bit too much time on her hands, and we want her to start journaling every day and turning it in to myself so we can make sure that we're not missing anything with her. Because we are giving her another chance after another chance And the next time I probably won't have a change of heart, but it's just some things that I think she needs to do to keep some structure in her life. So journaling, turning that in, making sure she's going to her classes and her AA meetings or NA meetings, whatever it is. But I would request that she journal every day and turn it in to me so I can review it and then make sure she's doing what she needs to do.
And that's fine. That's fine. I'll add that to my order as well for her to journal every day and submit it by way of email to you, Mr. Morgan. I'm also going to require her to attend a meeting. It can be virtual, but she needs to attend one of the 12-step meetings every day, starting today for the next 30 days. And Mr. Morgan, when she submits that journal to you, she needs to submit what she took away from that meeting. Those meetings every single day, that should be included, okay? So if she does not mention that she attended an AA meeting or a 12-step meeting, we have a problem. And so that's what I'm going to do. Mr. Morgan, I am also going to extend her beyond, because there is a provision due to COVID where we can extend the 24 months of jurisdiction. I am extending Miss Chilcutt beyond the 24 months due to COVID, because in 3 months, that is not enough time to get her on track. And so I'm extending her the additional days. So that means her contract will not expire until July of 2021.
Thank you, Judge.
And just know that, Mr. Reed, I'm going to give myself enough time for her to be in jail. Just understand, there will be no expiration on the time you will spend in jail. And so, Mr. Reed, that's why I'm saying, if she's not going to do this, this is the time to tell her. She's already at the Wayne County Jail. She can just stay. You can just go on and stay, sing Kumbaya for the next 90 days, make you some friends and all of that. But now, you waste my time, Miss Chilcutt, I'm gonna waste yours right at that Wayne County Jail. Yeah. From my lips to your ears. This is it. This is it.
Will I still be able to go to work?
You will have to figure that out. Your job is last on my totem pole, but look, I didn't order you to inpatient treatment because I know it's important to you in recovery to work. And so I want you to work. But you're going to need to do the things also that this court has ordered you to do. You better not miss any tests. Even though you're on an alcohol tether, you are still going to be required to test a minimum of 2 times per week, and that is going to be random. No excuses, no makeups, no dilutions, no nothing. You must test. Understood? And so you need to sit down with your case manager. I don't know, Mr. Morgan, if you want to work more closely with Ms. Chilcutt, but she needs to sit down and come up with a schedule for when her color drops, when she's going to go test, how she's going to get there, when she's going to call in for her 12 steps, when she's going to get into her treatment, work with her outpatient treatment provider, all of those things, because you're going to have to make it work. Look, you won't have time to fight. So if you out there fighting this go round, it's because you're looking for some mess, and I have some for you. I promise you I do.
You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about it the last 2 times you told me that. And guess what? You still ended back in jail 2 times. Show me. I don't want your lip service today. Show me. I want your action. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So for purposes of the jail, Ms. Drew, yes, I'm reducing the bond to a $500 personal bond. Okay. It is going to be with an alcohol tether by house arrest. Okay. And so, Mr. Morgan, Ms. Robs, you all need to arrange, because I need that tether to go on her on today. Okay. And then I need to, and that's going to be house arrest though. So that's our folks that will meet and schedule with Ms. Chilcutt today to get that tether on. Ms. Chilcutt, make yourself available. If you don't have that tether on today, then I'm gonna have them pick you up, bring you back to the Wayne County Jail, and we'll try it again. I'm not playing with you. We're not, you must get that tether through house arrest. Yes, ma'am.
She has a GPS tether.
It's a list, like they don't see you today. They said it's 3 to 5 days before a tether.
Hold on, Mr. Morgan, is
Yes,
she
yes.
getting a GPS tether from her felony case?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Oh,
She
there's
has-
nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
That's another judge, nothing I can do about that.
So did I hear her correctly that she has a hold on that case, Judge? Did she say that?
Is the deputy there?
Hey,
Good
Deputy.
morning to you, good morning.
How are you?
I am well, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
She does have a $10,000 personal bond with the GPS tether, so she is only waiting on the GPS tether, and she is correct. On average, it is about a 3 to 5 day waiting period to get a tether because we're so slammed, so behind with court orders right now for tethers.
Yeah.
And that's from the Wayne County Third Circuit Court that she's getting that GPS tether, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, I'm not asking for no favors, no nothing. She'll get in line with everybody else. So Ms. Chilcutt, we'll find out when you're getting released, and then my order takes effect immediately. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right, very good. I'm giving you a return to court date. I just want to make sure she doesn't fall through the cracks. And so, Mr. Morgan, let's put her on the docket for a return to court date of January. Today is the 12th. Let's bring her back on the 19th, January 19th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. just to make sure everything is good, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, very good. If nothing else for my consideration, Ms. Chilcutt, I'll see you in a week. Yes, Mr. Reed?
Judge, my client tends to make bad choices and bad decisions. So I would emphasize, Ms. Chilcutt, when in doubt about something, call Ms. Robb, call Mr. Morgan, because you tend to make a lot of bad decisions. So before you do something, check it out, please. Ask the question. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. I wish you well, Ms. Chilcutt. I'll see you in a week. Thank you, Deputy. I appreciate you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I know that Byron Smith is on. That's another termination hearing. Can I just clear up a couple of cases? I want to do that just real quick. All right, officer, who do I have up next?
Next, Your Honor, is Evan Coulter.
Mr. Coulter, unmute for me. Good morning to you.
Good morning,
State your name for the record.
Evan Coulter.
And Mr. Coulter, you're in our virtual courtrooms. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
I do.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Evan Coulter, U 510-447-19. Mr. Coulter, we had the opportunity to staff your case on yesterday, and Ms. Cleveland reported that you are doing a fantastic job. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing very well. Did you bring the new year in safely and sober and all of that good stuff?
I did. I spent it in the house. You know, it's not much we could do these days, but I spent it in the house with the parents, did some puzzles, you know, nothing crazy.
Good. How's work going?
It's going good. I actually took a half day today. I needed like a little break. So, you know.
Good for you. Some self-care.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for you. Good for you. All right. How's mom and dad doing?
They're doing really good. They're back to work fully. My mom works in the school system, so she's kind of you know, all around keeping busy, but they're doing good, staying healthy. So it's all that matters.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Coulter, I did reduce your testing. You're at the tail end. I reduced your testing to 1 time per week. And so I know that should work out well for you. I don't anticipate any issues because you're in our maintenance phase and you are doing it on your own with very little intervention, right?
Exactly. Yes.
All right, very good. We want to keep it that way. And so is there anything you need us to help you with?
No, no. I have been kind of like, I mean, obviously I've been listening to the other cases. And you had asked a few of the people, you know, like what are some things that they've learned.
Yes.
And for me, I think, especially like now in the maintenance phase of, you know, drug court, and just like doing therapy and stuff, the hardest thing for me was to forgive myself for like my mistakes, and move forward, you know, not knowing or not, you know, holding myself like back from the mistakes that I've made. So me doing that has kind of, you know, propelled me to feel a lot better, do a lot better, and, you know, things are good. So.
Good, very good. And I hope that that's been helpful. I'm sure it has been to others. We have a new intake that's on this morning, Mr. Coulter. And so very good. And you know, your story is a little unique. You were supposed to be with me, what, 90 days? And you decided you wanted to stay with me a little bit longer. And it's been a pleasure working with you.
I couldn't get enough of you guys, you know?
I see. And you stayed, and I'm glad you did because you have done exceptionally well. You have addressed some things that probably you would not have addressed in those 90 days, or you didn't address in those 90 days. And I know that you are going to be better off from having come this way. And so it's been a pleasure to work with you. You're at the tail end.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for, you know, giving me that opportunity to, you know, fix my life. Like, you know, everyone deserves that opportunity. So it's just a matter of putting in the work to do it. So
there you go. Absolutely. And we certainly appreciate it when people take advantage of that opportunity. And so, Ms. Cleveland, is there anything else that you need to add with respect to Mr. Coulter?
No, Your Honor, aside from the fact that his next court date would be the graduation date for him, tentative graduation date of February.
And that date would be?
February 4th, 2021.
All right, Mr. Coulter, did you hear that?
I sure did. Couldn't miss it.
All right. All right. Make sure you tell your parents. We're very proud of you. And we will see you on February 4th at 8:30 a.m.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, too.
All right. All right, officer, who's up next?
Next, Your Honor, is Nicole Colbert.
Okay, Ms. Colbert is an intake, and so I'm going to hold off for a second. Let me see who's next.
Ricardo Venegas.
Venegas? I don't have a Venegas on my docket. Does anybody know who Mr. Venegas is? I don't see him on here. Oh, Ricardo Venegas. I see the name. He's not on. Keep going.
Okay. Sarah Blades.
Miss Blades, if you could unmute, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Blades. All right, state your name for the record.
Sarah Blades.
All right, Miss Blades, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes.
Wonderful. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
All right, I have the following case for Sarah Blades, 1904463-401. Miss Blades, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How did you do closing out 2020 and bringing in 2021?
I did great. I stayed at home with my dog and played my video games, so it was perfect for me.
Yes, ma'am. That's great. You were safe and all of that good stuff, right?
Yes, I was.
All right. How's your mom?
She's good. She's upstairs. She told me to tell you hi, actually, but.
All right. Tell her I said hello. She's still in your corner supporting you.
I will. Yes, she is. She always is, thankfully.
Yes, you are very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. And so, Miss Blades, tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you. It seems like it's been a while.
It does seem like it's been a while. Something I've learned recently a lot that seems to keep popping up in my life is that like not everything deserves a reaction, and that I'm the one that decides how something affects me. So I don't have to like let something make me upset because I'm the one that has that power, you know? So I've been trying to remind myself of that when just like silly life instances happen. I'm like, okay, you have the power over this. Just calm down. Like, what about it is upsetting you? And just kind of work through it. So that's been a big thing for me.
All right, that's a wonderful thing to learn. Absolutely. And it's been working well for you. Is that correct?
Yeah, it has.
Very good. Very good. All right. No issues during the holidays with testing or anything?
No, ma'am.
Very
Nope, I've been
good.
there.
Very good. And then what about your job? How's that going?
So we are still closed because of COVID. I don't know how much longer we'll be closed. I think we're set to maybe open in a couple of days, but it depends on what the governor decides. I personally don't think that we're ready to open again, but everyone is ready to get out of their house, I guess. But COVID's still out there, so I don't know. But yeah, that's the situation with that right now.
All right. All right. And so, but you're good for now, right?
Yeah, I'm good for right now. I've been able to still pay my part of the rent and stuff here and uphold my responsibilities. I do still have to pay my court fines. And I'm gonna make a partial payment this month. Mr. Yancey said that they have to be paid by May, the beginning of May. So I'm gonna work towards that and just do partial payments. I'm the kind of person that likes to pay everything like all at once, you know, and I'm just like, I can't do that. So I'm just gonna do partial payments until I get it paid off.
So let's just get it paid down. There you go. All right, very good. Anything you need us to help you with, Ms. Blades?
No, nothing that I can think of. I haven't had any issues or anything, so.
All right, very good. Well, it's good to see you in the new year. I hope that this year will be everything you want it to be, and at least nothing like last year, right? We're hoping to get better. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Yancey, anything else you want to add?
Not really, Your Honor. She's doing well. Screenings have been good. She has completed all the conditions except her fines and costs. Her contract will technically end in June 27th. I wanted to see if the court would allow her to go to phase 3, Your Honor.
All right, I need her to get those fines and costs paid down. Are you ready to go to phase 3, Ms. Blades?
Yeah, I am.
All right, any objection from any of the team members?
No objection,
If no
Judge.
objection, all right, I need everybody to join me in congratulating Ms. Blades on her promotion to phase 3. Congratulations, Ms. Blades.
Thank
All
you.
right, very good, very, very good. All right, you know that phase 3, we don't cut corners or anything like that. We work hard in phase 3 because
Yes,
we know
ma'am.
that that's where you prove to yourself first that you're ready to do it without the court's intervention, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Very proud of you. Congratulations to you. I won't see Ms. Blades again until February 9th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And so, and I'll have her come to court, Mr. Yancey. I want to see how she's doing and make sure she's made that payment on her fines and costs, okay?
Okay.
Continue to work hard, Ms. Blades. Good to see you.
You too.
All right, very good. All right, officer, let's do one more before we do this last termination hearing.
Next, Your Honor, is
Judge,
Yes.
I need to go into a breakout room with the new contract person. So
Yes,
might I do,
sir.
might I do that while you're doing this?
Yes, sir. That is perfectly fine. And so I believe the last name is Colbert. Good morning, Miss Colbert. All right. And so I am going to send, how do I do that? I am going to send both of you an invitation to breakout room 2. Please accept that invitation at this time. All right, so that means I need to do a couple of things that don't require defense attorney. All right, so who do I have up next, officer?
Scott Schwab.
Mr. Schwab, if you could unmute, please. Good morning to you.
Morning, Your Honor.
I can barely hear you.
Morning. How about that?
Mr. Schwab,
Yes.
can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, now I can. Very good. I have the following. Case number 0006583-201. Mr. Schwab, please state your name for the record.
Scott Schwab.
All right, Mr. Schwab, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes.
All right, very good. How are you this morning, Mr. Schwab?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? What does that mean to you that you're doing good?
Everything, just, keeping with the program, doing everything the doctors are telling me, trying to get, got through 2020. Now it's waiting to see what 2021 has to offer.
All right, very good. No issues with testing during the holidays?
Not at all.
Wonderful, very good. And so did you learn anything have you learned anything since the last time I've seen you?
Yeah, basically just, if you go do the program, it's pretty, well, for me, it's easy because it's been 20 years, but, if people just, it's just amazing me how people can't, stick with things. It's just, it's hard, but it's simple if you just go with the flow.
Yep, and if you commit to it, right? Make up your mind,
Oh, yeah,
this is
you
what
have
I'm
to
going
be,
to do.
yeah, you have to be committed 100%. If you're not, it's not going to work.
All right, very good. Did you have any difficulties during the holidays, Mr. Schwab, with maintaining?
Not at all. New Year's Eve, I was in bed
I'm sorry?
No, not at all.
I'm
I said New
sorry?
Year's Eve, I was in bed by 9 o'clock.
Oh, good for you. All right, very good. All right, who has Mr. Schwab's case?
I do, Your Honor.
Miss Robbs?
Yes, Your Honor. Ebony Robbs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right, is there anything else that I need to know about Mr. Schwab?
Your Honor, he has 65 AA meetings. He's attended the alcohol highway safety, completed the sobriety video. He's complying with testing, all negative screens, no missed screenings. He is in phase 1. And Your Honor, I wanted to make the recommendation for Mr. Schwab to be promoted to phase 2, as he's been compliant and he's doing a really good job, no issues. And he's getting ready to start his community service with Dr. Alexander as well. So I wanted to make that recommendation, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Any objection from the team to promote Mr. Schwab to phase 2? No objection, then I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Schwab on his promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Mr. Schwab. All right. All right, and so you and Ms. Robbs will get together. She'll tell you what that looks like. We want you to continue to work hard, to continue on your path. And so, Ms. Robbs, that means Mr. Schwab will come back for face-to-face with you on February 2nd, 2021. I'll schedule it for 8:30 a.m. and you all can work out the logistics. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
All right, good to see you, Mr. Schwab. Continue to do well.
Good to see you, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna keep going. Mr. Reed has not come back yet, Ms. Schneider, so, and the jail, so I have to keep going. All right, who do we have up next, officer?
Your Honor, is Christy Zacher.
Ms. Zacher, if you could unmute for me, please. Good morning, Ms. Zacher. State your name for the record.
Christy Zacher.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's to you.
All right, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. I have the following: U534455519 for Christy Zacher. Ms. Zacher, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's to you. I
All
haven't seen
right,
you in
how
so
are you?
long.
I know you look totally different. What's different about you?
I'm just happy, Your Honor.
You are happy. Tell me what's making you happy.
It's just a new year. You know, ready to make this year much better. Hopefully this pandemic ends and this year is much better than last.
All right. What changes have happened in your life since the last time I've seen you?
Not a whole lot, honestly. I've just, it's a new year and I've just, you know, I'm setting more goals. I'm working with Team Mental Health. They called, so we're reassessing this new year and setting.
Hold up. Y'all, somebody's on here in a bed. Sir, I'm gonna turn your camera off since you thought that that was okay for you to show me that. All right. So when I'm ready for your hearing, I'll turn your camera back on. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, Ms. Zacher. Go ahead.
It's just a new year and, you know, it's so rough, you know, in 2020 with everything that's going on. I'm just determined to, you know, make a better 2021, you know, just positive changes, positive thinking, you know, maybe further my education, a bigger place to live, a better paying job. You know, 2021 was hard, just sobriety court, everything, you know, that needed to be done to get, you know, through that and, you know, to stay on the right path. And, you know, now that this is almost finished, I want to make, you know, more positive changes to stay on the right track.
And those are all great goals that you've set, Ms. Zacher. And so I want to encourage you to work them. That's just a great thing to do. How is your living situation going right now?
It's fine. The place is just small. I'm ready to upgrade. My lease is up in July, so I'm ready just for a bigger place.
Okay, very good. And how's work going?
Work's going good. I stay busy 6 days a week. So, I mean, you know, I stay so busy that I don't really have a whole lot of quiet time and a whole lot of self-care, but it keeps me busy and it keeps me out of boredom and things like that. So I am grateful for that.
Very good. Did you have any issues with testing during the holidays?
No, Your Honor.
No issues.
No.
All right. Anything you need us to help you with, Ms. Zacher?
No, Your Honor.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah,
It is.
It's good to see you.
All right, Ms. Robs. Anything additional that I need to know about Ms. Zacher?
Your Honor, she's doing well. She's in compliance, no issues with testing. She's in phase 3, doing really well.
All right. So that means that Ms. Zacher will be back for a face-to-face with you, Ms. Robs. I'll schedule it for February 9th, 2021. I'll schedule it for 8:30, but you all can work out the logistics. And then let's look at next steps, where she is, or where she's going, I'm sorry. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does that sound good, Ms. Zacher?
It does.
Wonderful. So good to see you. Continue to work hard. Continue to stay on track, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Reed still has not joined us. I'm going to the next person, officer.
Next, Your Honor, is Brian Corbett.
Mr. Corbett, if you could unmute for me. Good morning. State your name for the record.
Brian Corbett.
Happy New Year, Mr. Corbett.
Happy New Year, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. I have the following case, Z8059841. Mr. Corbett, do you agree to have your hearing today in our virtual courtroom?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. How have you been?
I've been great.
All right, tell me what's been going on. I haven't seen you in forever.
Nothing much, just working, just staying focused. That's it.
All right, how is work going?
It's going good. It's going good. Trying to stay away from the COVID situation. It seemed like every other day somebody catching it in there. But other than that, just it's been a blessing. To be able to be working under these conditions, is a blessing within itself.
Absolutely, it is, Mr. Corbett. Absolutely. All right, how's the family?
Oh, they doing good. They doing good.
All right. What did you do to bring in this new year?
I flew my mom up from Memphis, so I had a lot of my family at my sister's house. So, I just relaxed with her, and that was it.
That was it? Was that different from other years?
Some years I haven't necessarily had the opportunity because of time management to do that. So, normally maybe the last 2 years before that, I haven't seen her for New Year's. So, that was a little different.
All right, very good. Tell me something you've learned, Mr. Corbett, since the last time I've seen you.
Honestly, I don't know if it's necessarily something I learned as much as I have learned to reinforce what you already know. So instead of chasing, the knowledge that we seem to seek, it's about understanding what you already know and living like it. So I've learned to live like it in a sense. I can say that.
Okay, very good. Anything you need us to help you with, Mr. Corbett? You're doing well.
No, nothing that I can think of.
All right. And so, Ms. Cleveland, anything additional for Mr. Corbett this morning?
No, Your Honor, he's doing well. He's staying on track. He's on the right path going towards graduation. And I was going to recommend that he be promoted to phase 3 today.
All right. Any objection from the team as to Mr. Corbett being promoted? If no objection, come on, y'all. Let's congratulate Mr. Corbett. Phase 3. All right. You are well on your way, Mr. Corbett. And this is not the phase to cut corners, right? Keep working hard. Keep doing what you're doing. And you're almost there. You're almost there. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. That means Mr. Corbett will not come back to see me. He'll see Ms. Cleveland in a face-to-face on February 9th, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Anything else? I'm sorry, at 8:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right, Mr. Corbett. Take care.
Okay. Thank you. You too.
Sis, text it. Okay. Sis, text it. Text it to me. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Yes. And then Officer, who's up next? And then I'll be ready.
Next, Your Honor, is Ken Scott.
Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott, yes.
So, on the GPS from the children, the alcohol test, can I get it put on when she gets out?
Yes.
Because we don't know when they're gonna put that GPS, so we don't want to come the day that she's
That works. Either that or she has to test every day.
Can I get her test 3 days, save her money, 3 times a week?
3 times? Okay, I'll go with that. 3 times a week random. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because she don't went to jail. All right, Mr. Scott, good morning to you. Mr. Scott, Mr. Scott, Mr. Scott. Good morning, Mr. Scott. All right, state your name for the record, Mr. Scott.
Ken Scott.
All right, Junior, is that right?
Junior. Yes, Ken Scott Jr.
All right, Mr. Scott, you are in the virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Honor Judge.
Wonderful. I need someone to read Mr. Scott's case number into the record. Can someone read it for me?
Yes, Your Honor. 180702SD.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Ross. Happy New Year to you, Mr. Scott.
Happy New Year, Mr. Honor Judge Holmes.
All right. So just give me a new name. I'm going to take it too from Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott, what have you been doing since the last time I've seen you?
Literally been working every single day. I work 2 jobs. So I've been working and staying out of the way.
Okay, staying out of the way. What's going on with your restricted license?
I got a restricted license. I got them in the mail finally. So I've been whipping, you know what I'm saying?
You've been whipping that car that has that interlock in it, right?
Yes, I have. Miss Rob actually told me she got my reports back. So I've been staying clean and staying sober and passing all my tests and only going where I'm supposed to be going, and it's been working out. I still been whipping though.
Mr. Scott. Mr. Scott has a driver's license and he is whipping, huh? Right. Mr. Scott, I'm so proud of you. I think, Mr. Scott, one time you made me so angry. I said I would never recommend you for a restricted license. Didn't I say that, Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Didn't I?
Oh my goodness. You was ready to break up with me. Oh my goodness. Everything.
I was going to break up with you, Mr. Scott. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I don't have time. And look at you now. You are doing so well. Do you know that my daughter still asks about you?
Oh, I tell her, I say, Happy New Year. I'm doing good.
I will tell, and I always say, for you all, but my daughter and I ran into Mr. Scott in the mall. And she's always intrigued to meet people from the program because I can't share who's in the program. And so she met Mr. Scott and she was just like, oh, he's so nice. And I'm looking, she's like, why did you have that look? I said, because I didn't know if Mr. Scott was going to try to take me and I was going to have to fight him in this mall. I didn't know what Mr. Scott was. She's like, not Mr. Scott. I'm like, yeah, Mr. Scott. We were not on good terms. She said, I would not have known that, Mom. She was at one counter in the store and I was checking out at another counter. And so she always asks about you and she always reminds me, be nice to Mr. Scott. He really is a good person. And so you have turned it around. You've turned it around.
Yes. No,
and I'm proud of you. Mr. Scott, what have you learned since the last time I've seen you?
I learned to do what works for me. Like what really works for me. And that's just dealing with like friends and family and work and just everybody. Like do what works for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working like around like for my students and stuff like that. And then, still trying to work the program and finish out strong. But doing what like works for me has been working for me so far.
All right. Very good. Very good. Anything you need us to help you with, Mr. Scott?
Not right now. Everything is going well. I'm almost done. I'm just trying to stay on. Well, I'm not trying. I am. I'm staying on the right track. I can see the finish line and I'm good right now.
And you're whipping. What you said?
And I'm whipping. What's that? I see you. If I see you, I'm like, too, Judge, what's up?
All right, Mr. Scott.
All right. I see you driving down the street because I'm on definitely to my point next to
Miss Scott, behave. All right, Miss Robs. Anything additional for Mr. Scott?
No, Your Honor, he's doing extremely well, compliant.
All right, no issues.
No issues, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Scott is in what phase, Miss Robs?
He's in phase 3, Your Honor.
3.
He's in phase 3. All right, Mr. Scott. I want you to keep doing what you're doing. Look, I'm extremely happy that we've not gotten any reports from Safe Smart. Smart Start. Yeah, I'm mixing up these names. Smart Start. Because when there's an issue with them, it causes a lot of problems for you. It might not be problems with drug treatment court, but it'll be problems with getting your regular license. And your ultimate goal is to get your regular license, right? And so continue to do everything, even if it's not a violation of drug treatment court, everything they told you to do and not do on that sheet, please follow those guidelines because they can violate you, which they will report that to the Secretary of State, and that will cause you some problems, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Scott, I'm not gonna see you for a while. You'll come back for a face-to-face with Ms. Robs. I'm sorry?
I'll see you next time on graduation day.
Look at him just speak it into existence, Mr. Scott. Speak it, Mr. Scott. Wait, how long Mr. Scott been on that restricted license? I have to monitor him.
I'm just letting you know my face-to-face is in a month. Graduation is in 2 months.
Oh, you've already, you've calculated some things. Okay, all right.
Indeed.
Mr. Scott, face to face with Ms. Robs on February 9th, 2021 at 8:30. You all can work out the logistics. And then I'll see you the next go round. I want you to keep doing what you're supposed to do, Mrs. Scott. You were a breath of fresh air today, and you really helped me set some things in perspective this morning, dealing with another client.
And that's why I was clapping when I seen it. I'm like, yes. Oh my goodness, she did not break up with her. I'm so happy.
Did you see my face, Mr. Scott?
Yes. Oh, I know you was ready to. Oh, yes. That was the same look I seen like 8 months ago.
And look at you now. So see, you reminded me that we can, there's still hope. And so, yeah. Yes. All right, Mr. Scott.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll see you next go round.
All right.
Do well. Have a good day. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Ms. Rob. Bye.
All right, let's do Miss Mitchell, and then I'll do the last termination. Come on, Miss Mitchell, unmute for me. The other person just came back to the camera. I'll get to him. I can't help people that won't stay in the camera. So, all right, Miss Mitchell, state your name for me. Uh-oh, I'm having trouble hearing you. You've got a lot of movement or something. No, you've got something going on in your background. I'm gonna have to come back to you. All right, yeah, Miss Mitchell, you gotta work that out because I'm not able to hear you. All right, very good. And so I'm gonna put you on mute. All right, let's do Byron Smith. I'm ready,
Your
Honor.
Good
morning.
Breakout.
Is that? Oh, Mr. Reed, you haven't been in the breakout with Mr. Smith?
I have not,
I'm
Judge.
sorry. Uh-oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you to a breakout room. My apologies. I thought you had been. I forgot, Mr. Reed, you are working solo this morning, so my apologies. And so, Deputy Pravanchi, is that you?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for your patience this morning. I have a full load this morning. I have to place Mr. Smith in the breakout room. You all are going to get an invitation to go to breakout room 3. And then when he comes back, I'll be ready, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's go to Miss Mitchell. You wanna try? I know that Mr. Crowell was on as well, but he doesn't have his audio on. So whoever has Mr. Crowell, I'll turn his camera on when I'm ready for his hearing, but he doesn't have his audio on. So call him and tell him to put on his audio.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Miss Mitchell, let's try it again. What's going on with you? Are you there? I still can't hear her.
It's real staticky. Like, where's your phone? Where's your speaker at? Ms. Mitchell, try to dial out and dial back in.
Yes, that's what you'll have to do. Dial out and dial back in.
Yeah, dial out and dial back in because we having trouble hearing him. Make sure you dial in video and audio.
Okay. Go out and come back in. All right. There's a Ricardo Vernegas. I don't know who that is, and he keeps disappearing from his camera. I don't see him on my docket. Yes, sir. Good morning to you.
Hey. Good morning.
Good morning. Don't address me as A. I'm not, no, I'm not your peer. Good morning. And so, Mr. Vernegas, you have a case with us this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have a case number?
Hold on 1 second, please.
Okay, go find it and You have him, Mr.
He's in Judge Ford courtroom.
Whose courtroom?
Judge Ford.
Okay, give me that information. Mr. Venegas, you should be in Judge Ford's courtroom. I called your case earlier, but you weren't in the camera. You're in the wrong courtroom. So I need you to dial in as follows. You're going to dial for the Zoom ID. It is 360 336 0000. That's the Zoom ID you need to use, okay?
Okay, hold on.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, Miss.
My case number is 20471667.
No, I don't need your case number now. I've given you the Zoom ID. You need to go back into Zoom and get into Judge Deborah Bledsoe Ford's courtroom, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. If you have an issue, come back because I don't want you to get lost in the shuffle, okay?
Okay, thank you. Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, Miss Mitchell, let's try it again. Say your name for the record. Yes.
How are you?
All right, Miss Mitchell. I am well. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year's.
All right. Do you agree to have your case heard in our virtual courtroom this morning?
Yes.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Catherine Mitchell, Z8058671. Miss Mitchell, how did you do for the closing out last year and bringing in this year?
I did good. I had surgery on my throat, so I've been doing well. I still can't talk all that good, but it's coming along, but I'm doing good. Remember I told you I had the thyroid? So
yes, ma'am, you did.
Yeah, so everything's going good. I just got to
And I even see you smiling. Go ahead.
So I'm waiting now. They give me a couple of months for my voice to come back. But other than that, I'm doing good. I'm trying to get
good.
Trying to get in school. So
what you trying to get in school? What are you doing in school? What school?
I want to try to get into the for CNA.
Do it, Miss Mitchell.
Yeah, so it's slowly coming about. So I'm getting my health together. So everything coming along. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad that you're well. They went in, they got what they needed to get, right? And you're in good shape?
Yes, so far, yes. They're going to do another little test at the end of the month to make sure they got it all. But
all right.
I'm sure they got it. So everything.
Wonderful.
Yes.
All right, wonderful. All right. And so, Miss Mitchell, you didn't have any issues testing during the holidays?
No.
No issues? You were able to do everything you were supposed to do, right?
Yes.
Very good. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
I learned I've been doing well. Come to love me a little bit more. Take better care of myself and go in the right direction. What's best for me.
Oh, good for you, Miss Mitchell. That's right. You deserve to love yourself and do what's good for you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very good. Is there anything that you need us to help you with, Miss Mitchell?
No, not right now.
Not right now? All right, Mr. Griffin. What else in addition do you want me to know about Miss Mitchell?
Okay, Miss Mitchell is in phase 2 of the program. She'll be with us. She has a 24-month contract. She'll be with us until September of this year. We did stop this case. She has to complete the ARMS program, so she wants to go in person. She says the computer, she's not that computer literate. So we'll see, what happened with ARMS. So I'll monitor that. We have to do online. They have to do online, but I'm gonna get her set up for that. And I discussed with her to start making payments. Other than that, she's been in compliance with testing. She's still employed. She's doing everything she's supposed to do. So the last thing she needs to do is she needs to complete the ARMS program, get her costs paid, and alcohol highway safety level 1.
All right.
Other than that, she's been in compliance.
All right. Very good. Very good. So, Miss Mitchell, you are on track You're doing everything you're supposed to do. It's good to see you in the new year, and I want to encourage you to keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, when do you have Ms. Mitchell coming back?
Your Honor, it'll be February 2nd, 2021, and that'll be a face-to-face.
All right, so we'll schedule it for 8:30, and then Ms. Drew, they will work out the logistics, okay? All right, good to see you, Ms. Mitchell.
You too. Take care.
All right, take care. All right, very good.
That's the most I've ever saw her smile.
Yes. All right, and so we have Mr. Crowell, but Mr. Crowell, I don't know that he has does he have his camera back on? Where is he? I'm gonna ask you to turn your camera on. I think he's connected to.
Yeah, you cut it off.
Got it.
All right. Mr. Crowell?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, I need you to, I don't see you though. Where are you?
I was just in
Where?
I was in the bottom screen of my phone. I hit that button. Let me go. I don't know.
Unhit the button because I don't have you.
Oh, okay, let me.
Hit the button again, you probably turned the camera off.
Did he leave altogether? No? Now he's turned his audio off. Who has Mr. Crowell?
That's my client, Your Honor. He said he was going to sign off and sign back on, and I think that's what he was doing to connect with both. But I don't know what's happening with him right now.
Okay, well, you might want to call him. His audio is not on. And so I'm waiting for Mr. Reed to come back so that we can do the termination hearing. And then Ms. Colbert, the reason I had you saved you for last because you're new to the program, and I think you should see how it works and what happens during the hearings. You'll get a feel of who I am and what I expect and what I tolerate, what I don't tolerate. And so that's why I saved you for last, but we should get to you in just a minute.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You look so familiar. Why do you look so familiar to me? You do.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I was born and raised in Detroit. I do know a lot of people. I have a lot of connections. So you may have seen me in the hair industry, maybe catering. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll figure it out because I don't forget friendly faces.
Okay.
And so I can't figure it out, but I will. It won't change how I treat you. I'm fair. I'm fair.
Yeah, I can't wait till you
All
remember
right.
because I do know a lot of people, and a lot of people say that, but it takes some time. Sometimes it takes some time to figure out where you may know me from.
All right, I'll figure it out. And you have a little baby?
Yes, I have a 2-year-old. He just woke up, right? I was trying to get through court before he woke up. He's still kind of in and out, so hopefully we can get through.
Okay. Well, let's hope. I need the attorney to be on, and you know what? We can get started. And then that way, when he does come on, he can do his part, and I can ask her about what they talked about and what he shared with her. All right. And so have we had the opportunity to run on Ms. Colbert's information to see if she has any other outstanding matters at 36th District Court? And she has none? This is the one that's up for today? All right. This is an additional one?
Yes.
All right, and so this is a 2012 case. That's also, yes, it's a failure to display a valid operator's license, and it's from 2012. And it looks like, well, the prosecutor is here, but it looks like it was, amnesty.
I think I saw Judge Shannon Johnson for that like years ago.
Overdue statement, reassign. Ms. Drew, it looks like she paid. No, it looks like she still owes some money on it, right?
Yeah, I paid that on the
All right.
And I got my license
And so
back after.
that's okay. Hold on.
Sorry.
Ms. Schneider, do you have an issue with us adding this to her drug treatment court contract? All right, wonderful. Because what we'll do is we'll add it to the drug treatment court contract. It says that you still owe $294, and then that way, once you successfully complete our program, it'll be dismissed.
Okay, sounds good, Judge.
Okay, all right. So I have before me case number Z8066271 for Nicole Colbert. Ms. Colbert, state your name for the record.
Nicole Juanita Colbert.
All right, Ms. Colbert, you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom on this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Who's presenting? Mr. Yancey or Ms. Yancey? All right, Mr. Yancey, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Colbert, I did interview her. She is 33 years old and a mother of 2 children, a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. She is a resident of the city of Detroit, resides with her children. She's before the court for operating while intoxicated first. She took a guilty plea August 12th of 2020, Your Honor. She reports being in good physical and mental health, and she's medication free. She's a high school graduate, and she has completed 2 years of college, Your Honor. The defendant's drug of choice is alcohol with a secondary drug or marijuana. She reports that her main support system is her mother, even though her mother is suffering an illness right now, but that is her main support system. So I did go over some of the conditions of sobriety court. She did tell me that she understood those conditions, the ones that I went over with her, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Yancey, did you conduct any assessments of Ms. Colbert?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. She did complete the needs plus, Your Honor.
And the risk level?
The risk level was medium risk.
Okay. All right, and so we'll have to make sure we get a report from whoever the therapist will be to substantiate the risk so that she can participate in our program.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So that's going to be required. All right, very good. And so, Mr. Yancey, did you take the time to determine whether or not Ms. Colbert is, or if she's ever been a violent offender, or if she's a threat to the public?
I did take the time. At this time, she is not a violent offender and she's not a threat to the public, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Reed, you had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Colbert.
Yes, yes, thank you. I did have an opportunity to talk to Ms. Colbert. She was respectful and courteous. We did go over the drug treatment court contract. We talked about many conditions. We talked about drug testing, counseling, 12-step meetings. We also talked about the court's ability to amend the contract, the court's ability to change the contract. She understands that. We also talked about the benefits. This is not a dismissible case, but it can be closed with improvement. We also talked about possible sanctions, including an up to incarceration for 90 days. Aware of that, Your Honor. She said she wants to do the program. I believe she can do the program and be successful. And Your Honor, she is eligible to participate pursuant to Michigan law. So I would recommend her for participation in drug treatment court, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. And Mr. Reed, did you take the time to discuss with your, okay, I have to mute you. Mr. Reed, did you take the time to discuss with your client the benefits of successfully completing the program as well as the consequences for failing to comply with the court's orders?
Yes, Judge, we did talk about benefits and we talked about consequences.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Reed. And so, Ms. Colbert, do you want to participate in drug treatment court?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, tell me why.
Well, there's a few reasons why. The main reason is because I want to get back to myself. Within the last couple of years, I've dealt with a lot of stress and major life changes. And I really believe that the program will help me to getting back to myself, maybe I would say maybe 2 or 3 years ago, before I went through those things. And also just to better myself for my children, because I do see, looking back, I do see like a downward spiral that I went through. So just basically overall to become a better person and to grow from this point. And that would be the main reasons.
All right, and you understand that drug treatment court is not easy, but it is certainly worth it. You
Yes,
understand
I do.
that?
I do.
All right. Some of the challenges that, you know, are presented with drug treatment court is that there are some legal things that you won't be able to do while you're in this program, such as use alcohol, any alcohol, or use marijuana, even if you have, it's supposed to be used for medicinal purposes. You won't be able to do it in this program. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you willing to still work the program?
Yes, ma'am. I don't
All
have a
right,
choice.
where are you? I'm sorry, say that again.
I don't want to say I don't have a choice at this point, but this is a program that's actually gonna, I feel like it's actually gonna help me versus what I've done in the within like the last maybe 6 months on probation.
Well, I agree with you. I certainly agree with you. And I think that this is a good time. You have young children and you're young. You have a lot of life ahead of you. And so this is the time to recognize that there's an issue and make some changes.
And also
so
be able to live.
Oh, you froze up.
Just to be able to live as well, because drinking in the way, you know, that I was not. I know it wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy for me. So.
And we're going to, he's irritating me. Mr. Crowell, you need to mute yourself or you have to leave the courtroom and come back. Please mute yourself. I don't want to hear you. I'm in another hearing. All right, I'm sorry about that, Ms. Colbert. And so,
no problem.
Ms. Colbert, you're right. And that's why, as a part of drug treatment court, you are required to do treatment. It has been recommended that you do outpatient treatment. It's required so that you can understand, how did you get here? What are some things that led you to this point in time, so that you can address them, so that even when you leave us, you will have the tools necessary to be able to take on life's challenges without doing things that could be detrimental to yourself. Okay?
I agree. Yes.
All right. All right. Well, if you are willing to do drug treatment court, we are willing to accept you. Mr. Yancey, will you be the case manager in this matter?
Yes, I will, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful. Great choice. And so, Ms. Colbert, drug treatment court starts on today. You have to hit the ground running. You do have to test.
Okay.
You do have to get into your outpatient treatment and your 12-step meetings. And Mr. Yancey, I'm certain we'll have some conversation with you today so that you're in compliance for when you come back to see me in 2 weeks. We will be in our virtual courtroom. I see you wiping tears. I always want to know what the tears mean. What are the tears for?
I don't know. It's just I'm full, I guess you could say. When Mr. Yancey mentioned my mom, that always like gets me emotional. And then just speaking to you about my issues.
Yeah. All right. So those are tears of, I realize there's an issue and I'm willing to work on it. I know I can do better, right? Yeah, those are good tears. All tears are good tears. I just like to know what they mean. I just like to know what they mean. All right. So I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. You're going to come back in our Zoom courtroom, and that is going to be on January 26th, 2021 at 8:30. I won't save you for last, so get on early if you can. I definitely won't be saving you for last. And so I wish you well. Understand, we work together as a team. We have attorneys, we have defense attorneys, we have the prosecuting attorneys, we have our case managers, our case coordinator, our coordinator for our program, as well as our probation director. And we are all available to you to help you to take on this challenge and to succeed. That's all we want, is for you to be on a path of recovery by the time you leave us, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, so I'll see you on January 26th. And it's so nice to meet you. Look forward to working with you. One last
Be
thing.
safe, everyone.
All right, one thing, Ms. Colbert, one thing. Mr. Reed, there was another case out there that's from 2012. And it says that it's disposed of, but that she owes $294 on it. And so Ms. Schneider is in the courtroom. She has indicated that she doesn't have a problem adding this to the drug treatment court contract. Are you okay with that, Mr. Reed?
I have no objections, Judge. I have no objections. I'm okay with that. Thank you.
All right. So Ms. Drew, if you can add that to the drug treatment court contract so that when you're finished with drug treatment court, at least this particular matter would be a dismissible offense, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, very good. So add that one, and this is yours. Okay, take care, Ms. Colbert.
You too. Be safe, everyone.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye-bye.
Yancey.
You're welcome.
Mr. Reed.
In the PM.
I'm sorry.
I'll give you a call in the PM.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Schneider, I'm ready for the termination hearing for Byron Smith, Mr. Smith, and Deputy Frabanchi. Thank you for your patience this morning. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. I have case number 1504630-801 for Byron Smith. Appearances from the people first.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'd like to hear for the people, P80322.
Thank you. And then Mr. Reed, your appearance has already been placed on the record. Thank you. And then who is presenting with respect to Mr. Smith?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Smith, you agree to have your hearing this morning in our Zoom courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for the record.
Byron Smith.
All right, Mr. Smith, thank you. Okay, Mr. Yancey, tell us about Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith has been under the jurisdiction of this court since November 22nd of 2016 for aggravated assault. At that time, he was on regular probation. He violated that probation in June of 2016. He was reinstated in September of 2016, where he was placed under Judge Lloyd in drug court. And he violated that drug court contract, Your Honor, September 26th of 2016. And he has been in CAPIA status, where he had absconded since October 31st of 2017. So we haven't had any contact with him. He hasn't had any contact with us since October of 2017, which is, I believe that's 4 years, Your Honor. So he's had 4 years to try to come in on his own. If he really wanted to do this program, as opposed to getting picked up and being incarcerated and then stating that he wanted to do now he wants to do the program. So that's where we are at this point.
All right, and what's your recommendation? Is your recommendation for termination, Mr. Yancey?
Very much so, Your Honor, termination.
All right, thank you. Mr. Reed, I'll hear from you and then I'll hear from the prosecuting attorney.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for the opportunity to break out room with my client and also the staff with my client. Mr. Smith is a 25-year-old young man. He is a high school graduate from Denby High School. He is currently not employed. His last work was temporary employment. He has a 2-year-old baby girl that he shares joint custody with the baby's mother. He currently resides with his mother, and he has one younger brother. Mr. Smith wishes to participate in drug treatment court. He does not wish to be terminated. We discussed drug treatment court, its goals and purposes, and he is in tune with following any orders that the court might issue. He indicates that when he initially started drug treatment court, which was, I think, in 2016, he was 20 years old or 19 years old, something of that age. A much younger person, a much different person than he is today. When he came into drug treatment court, he was smoking marijuana. He said he had been drinking some cough syrup, things that young people do in order to get high. He says he still smokes marijuana. The need is there for drug treatment court assistance. He doesn't drink as much cough syrup as he did when he was 19, but he still has a need for drug treatment court assistance, and he wants drug treatment court assistance. In talking to him, Judge, I found out that he has another case. He informed, and the sheriff informed me that he has a case in Harper Woods, and it's a domestic violence case, and the complainant is the mother of his 2-year-old daughter that he shares custody with. Judge, he wants to participate in drug treatment court. The need is there for help. I think he needs help with his marijuana use. I think he needs some anger management help. He was with drug treatment court for a short time. He realizes that he made a mistake by leaving the program, and he apologizes to the court and the team for that. He does want to participate, and the need is there. I would ask the court to give him a second opportunity, and he is asking the court for a second opportunity to do it the right way, and he is willing to address the court.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you. Mr. Smith, you had your hand up. Is everything okay?
I just wanted to add, if I could.
Yes.
Okay, when I first caught this case, I was a lot younger, and I did take my life and freedom for granted. But now I feel like I got motivation and a reason to complete this program. I really didn't care about my life of freedom until I had a daughter. I gotta be there for her. My daddy wasn't there for me. The guy that you met was not my biological father. That was actually my stepfather, my little brother's dad that took care of me. And it still kind of messes with me to this day. So I don't really want that for my daughter. And I know she'll be more than enough motivation for me to complete this program and just be out there with her. I got joint custody of her. I get her every other week. I have her just as much as her mother. Me and her mother don't see eye to eye all the time, but we always come to agreement when it comes to our child. And I just feel like that's really all I can say. I didn't really take my life serious before, or my freedom serious, but now I see I have a real reason to be here, for my daughter.
All right, Ms. Schneider.
Thank you, Your Honor. With all due respect, of course, the daughter is 2 years old, and I understand that he does believe his child will be an inspiration to him, will help her stand on the right path, and I hope that's true. But 2 years ago, when she was born, he didn't see the inspiration to turn himself in. 1 year ago, on her first birthday, he didn't feel the inspiration. This year, he didn't feel the inspiration. He's only here because he got picked up on a charge. He has no desire to join the program. He has a desire to get out of jail, is my concern. Although, of course, I don't know. The team is well aware. I am generally against people coming into the program with old cases. I think we don't get the emotional buy-in that we need. It's not close enough in time to have that kind of causal relationship. I don't think he's an appropriate candidate. Better ask him.
All right, very good. Mr. Morgan, was there anything you wanted to add? I wasn't sure.
Oh, Judge, Smiley on behalf of Judge Jimmy Cook. Judge, I just agree with the team about it's been over a few years for the defendant. He has not been back. He has not walked in. Our courthouse has not moved. Our telephone numbers are pretty much the same. I just don't think he put forth a valiant effort to try to get this case resolved. So I'm just going to go agree with the recommendations of the team.
All right. And so that's what creates the issue is that it's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. You had 4 years to walk in and say, hey, I want to get some help. 2 years ago when your daughter was born and you realized you had something to live for and you started taking your life seriously, you knew you had this hanging over your head. You could have walked in and said, hey, I'm a father now. I want to do something different. And you didn't, Mr. Smith. And so you walked away and you stayed away. And so I'm going to follow the recommendation of the team. I am. It's been 4 years. I'm going to terminate you from the program. I don't believe at this juncture, everybody wants to get out of jail. And, you know, and that's wonderful because I wouldn't want to be there either. But the reality is you put yourself there. And if you really want to change, you're going to change, sir, because you were with us long enough those months that I had you under my watch where we did equip you with some tools to continue to change if that's what you wanted to do, whether you had a court order or not. You could have been doing those things, but you weren't. And so I'm good. I'm going to terminate you from the program. With that, the underlying charge is assault. And so let me see. Let me make sure I have it correct. It's aggravated assault. And so I need to hear sentencing recommendations on the underlying charge.
Very briefly, Your Honor, I'd ask that he serve his entire sentence. He got 2 bites at the probation apple, and he failed at both. I think he needs to serve his jail time. I have no objection to credit for whatever time he's been waiting after he's been picked up on our case.
All right. When was Mr. Smith picked up on the case that's here at 36th District? Do we know? Or was he picked up on the case at 36th District? I don't know that he was. I believe when he came before me, was that a week ago? Ms. Drew, when did I send him to stay until I could have a termination hearing? Okay. What was his first date before me?
Okay, so his first date was due.
Just recently.
Okay, that was January 6th.
January 6th. So that was his first day with me, and today is the 12th. Yep, that's about right. All right. So that's a good 7 days credit that he'll get. I'm sorry.
He seen me on yesterday.
Right, but the first time he saw me was January 6th. And then I sent him and said I would do the termination hearing on yesterday or bring him back on yesterday. So he'll get 7 days of credit. And what's the maximum time he can get for this charge?
This says aggravated assault is a year or $1,000 in fine.
Mr. Reed, did you hear that?
Yes, Judge, I heard that, and my response is the maximum time is 0 up to 1 year. So the court is given by the legislature a lot of flexibility. I would ask the court not to impose the maximum sentence because there is some latitude. And also, Judge, and I would just recall what I picked up from our last training session, that jail time for our drug court people uh, it's not good. Um, uh,
What
Maximum
training
sentence,
were you
long
in?
sentences. Pardon me, Judge. I looked at your expression. You were in the same training session I was in, Judge, and I'm thinking that that the experts were saying that lengthy jail sentences are not good for our drug treatment court people, even when they fail drug treatment court. When they fail drug treatment court, so I'm asking for not the maximum sentence in this, and much less than the maximum sentence, Judge.
And you're right. They said lengthy jail terms were not good, especially for sanction purposes, and that when sentencing on the underlying charges, we should take into consideration any progress that was made during the time that they were in drug treatment court. And so I listened to Mr. Yancey. He came in June 2016. He violated. He was reinstated in September 2016 with Judge Lloyd, and he still violated. And then ultimately, October 31st, 2017, while he was on my watch, he became an absconder. So it looks like he may have at some point come back for about 10 or 12 months and did a little bit of work. I'm not certain. I'm just kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt. And then he's been gone for 4 years. And so, Mr. Reed, go ahead.
And Judge, take into account that he still wants to participate. It's our decision to terminate him. It's not his request to be terminated and do his time. He's still asking for help and wanting to participate, and we're saying no. So I would ask the court to take that into consideration.
Well, he said no first, and then we rubber stamped his no and said, we believe you. After you walk away for 4 years, we believe that you don't want to do the program. And so I will take that into consideration with a slight twist, Mr. Reed. And so I am going to, I'm going to sentence him. I won't sentence him to the 1 year. I won't do the 1 year. But I will do is I'm going to do the 90 days. I'll do 90 days in the Wayne County Jail. And because he could have stayed an entire year, I'm not giving the 7 days of credit, Mr. Reed. I'm not going to do that. He'll do the 90 days. And so Ms. Drew will need to count that out. I think that comes to
April 12th.
Is that the 90 days with the credit that will be given?
You want me to deduct 7 days? The 7 days?
No, the credit for Wayne County. So they do 1 day for every. What is it, Deputy Pravachi?
Your Honor, it's statutory good time, which is 5 days a month. So it'll be, so 90 days, it'll be a minus 15. So it'll be a 75-day sentence.
All right, very good. Ms. Drew, can you count on 75 days? And so his order will still say 90 days, but his return to court date will be 75 days out. What is that?
That's a Sunday.
Okay, so we'll do that Friday. What's that Friday?
26.
It would be March, so his return to court date would be March 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And he would be returned to court. So he's not just free to walk out on his own. All right, anything else, Deputy Pravachi, from us? We'll get the paperwork to you.
We are all set. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for your patience this morning. I appreciate you. I wish you well, Mr. Smith. I'll see you in 75 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I still have one more case and then I need to take a break, and that is Mr. Cornelius Crowell. His sound is not connected. What's going on with him this morning? He's just all over the place. I'm going to ask you several times. All right, I'm asking him to start his video because he's turned off his video. And then Miss Cleveland, he's got to be on audio because at 11 something I'm clocking on.
I'm going to try to call him again.
All right, very good. While she's doing that, I had a couple of other matters on my docket. I had a matter for Julie Mucker. What, is it on my docket or not?
It's supposed to be going back to Judge Wagner.
Okay, so that goes back to Judge Wagner, Ms. Drew. Okay, very good. And then I have Samantha Parker, you, 487-602-18. Samantha Parker did not show up this morning, Mr. Reed.
I'm sorry, are you talking to me, Judge?
Yes, she didn't show up. And Mr. Yancey, she didn't show up, right? You haven't heard from her?
No, I haven't, Your Honor, and she did miss some screenings, Your Honor.
Judge, I'm assuming that my client has a good reason that she may be hospitalized or something. So I understand that a warrant may be issued, but hopefully she'll call up, Judge. Thank you.
All right. So for Ms. Parker, I am going to issue a KPS. That bond will be set at $1,000 cash as surety. And so if you all find her, she can walk onto my docket. But yeah, she's to go into warrant status. And then the last matter I had was Marcus Cleveland. Where's Mr. Cleveland? He's a transfer case.
He is, Your Honor. We talked a little bit about him.
Yes, you did.
And
you did.
I did do a face-to-face this morning, and you were so gracious as to give him a couple of weeks to kind of get 2 weeks under his belt so he wouldn't be calling in for a half a day the first week back.
Yes. Thank you for the reminder. And you gave him a return to court date?
I told him I would call him. I wasn't sure if you were giving him 2 weeks or 3 weeks. He's phase 2.
What phase is he in? He's in phase 2?
He's in phase 2.
All right, so his return to court date would be February 2nd, 2021. And tell him to get on early for 8:30 so that he can, if he's working, he can go right back to work. I just need to see his face and check in.
I'll do that, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And that's all of the matters that I have on my docket. I just have Mr. Crowell. What are we doing?
I have him on the phone. He's asking if it would be possible if we could try to come out one more time and then try to Zoom back in. He's not even at work right now. He's at his house, but he said something is going on with his telephone. And he has tried to fix it and, and get it prepared. And he's going to try.
Yes, have him go out and come back in. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to hold.
All right, I removed him. Thank you, Ms. Schneider. I appreciate you. All right, he's got like a few minutes, not even a whole 5. Because I'm, yes, sir.
We might not serve in the first 60 days in jail. We wait till after they finish their jail term before
we've done it both ways.
Okay, because I got a transfer case coming from California. She got to do the first 60 days in jail.
Well, why can't that judge send her her first 60 days and then she comes to see?
And that's what I said. Okay.
Is that the one that they sent me the order from Scale on?
Could be her last name.
What's the last name?
Battle.
That's it. That's it. I just got it yesterday.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
well, see, the case has already been assigned to me. So she needs to go come on and get here. Okay, I thought when he's going in to stay, right, that is the other form with the multiple pages. No, just make sure this is right. Okay.
The multiple pages is a personal bond, PTI.
All right. All right, here you go. Yeah, so
they gave her to the 22nd to report to jail. So they sentenced her to the first 60 days. So they gave her to the 22nd to show up for jail.
So when is she coming to us?
That's what I'm trying to ask. Do you want me to bring her before she goes to jail or once she get out?
Yeah, because they've assigned that case to me. I'm not willing to give her till the 22nd to go to jail.
Okay.
Is that next week?
22nd.
Yeah, that's next week. All right, yeah, get her on my docket. I might be inclined to do the 22nd.
Okay.
But let's get her on, get a process, because the state court administrator's office has already assigned the case to me. Right, so I got that order.
Okay.
I don't want her out there free to do what she want to do, and now something happens, and I'm gonna pull up as the judge of record.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we could get her in and And actually, yeah, I want to get her and get a process so that you can keep up, or whoever that she did in fact report to jail.
Okay, okay. I get her.
Get her in to get her processed. All right, good question. I'm not,
I just wanted to
yeah,
make sure.
I didn't know that was going on.
This
All right,
might
is
be
Mr.
him.
Caldwell ready?
That might be him going from another location. Right there.
Is it a Glennis Billingsley? Okay,
Yes.
but there's no
video
or audio.
Mr. Crowell.
All right, Miss Cleveland, how's Mr. Crowell doing?
He's doing fine. I just feel that it's unfortunate that he is having such a hard time getting his his digital or his virtual stuff going. I've asked him to, try, this is what I'm suggesting to him, to get his phone in the at the phone service place and try to zoom in somewhere at the phone service space so they can really determine what's going on with his phone, because he's gotten a new one. He's very intermittent. He's not at work right now, but everything is going well with him. I got a progress report from Mr. McLean.
Here we go.
Somebody might be coming in right now.
There you go.
I still don't have a video. All right, just listen in, Mr. Crowell. Go ahead, Miss Cleveland.
So I did get a progress report for him, our most recent progress report. He is complying with his substance abuse therapies. He is consistently testing negative, no missteps on his drug screens. He's completed his care. He's registering for his arms, and he has done his sobriety video. We talked about the community service that's going to have to kind of be panned out a little bit between me and Ms. Green and the court's requirement to make sure he's compliant with that. And he said he was going to come down and make a payment this week. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. I just don't know what's going on with his technology. He's just really going to have to step that up, or he's going to have to figure out where he can.
Okay, y'all stop talking. I just need you to listen. We don't want to be able to hear you. Okay.
So that's all.
Miss Cleveland, what phase is Mr. Crowell in?
He's in phase 2. He started the program January 17, 2020, but he does have a 24-month contract.
Okay. All right. So he just got 1 year under his belt, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. And so, Mr. Reed or any of the other team members, are you all opposed to, I'm not going to just sit, Mr. Crowell been trying to get his phone together for the last at least 30, 40 minutes. And so are you all opposed to me scheduling Mr. Crowell to come back and see this court in 3 weeks?
No objections, Judge. I agree. No objections.
All right, very good. So then, Ms. Cleveland, he will have to make a court appearance, and that will be on February 2nd, 2021, and that will be at 8:30 a.m. Work with him, have him. He's got to be responsible. I can't put that on you, Ms. Cleveland, but he needs to be responsible for making sure his apparatus is working. If not, then he'll need to come down to the courthouse, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll do some kind of trust run or something before the Zoom hearing. If he can't make it work, then he's going to have to come in.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, Mr. Yancey?
I did have a suggestion that has worked with some of my people.
What's that?
If you have him try to come in maybe a couple of days before his court hearing, just to see if it works, and then zoom back out because it's not his court hearing.
Yes.
Then you'll know about 3 days ahead of time if it's going to work out or not.
Okay, I will definitely test run it with him. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
You're welcome.
All right, very good. All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, everybody, great job today. I appreciate you all. You get a break from me on tomorrow. I will see you all on Thursday. Nope, I won't be here on Thursday. I'll see you all on Friday. Okay?
Judge, just one thing. Was I okay without Mr. Fikens?
Mr. Reed, of course you were. And you